introduced to a little band called Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can lose an entire limb.
Listen, but that Courtney Love versus Dave Grohl, like I said, I picked the Probot song, which is garbage, and I picked the Courtney Love, or the Hole song, which is pretty much garbage, but whatever. Hole are fine, but there's definitely...
Yeah, I like Hole.
There's definitely... I don't... Is it going to sound sexist if I say Loads of Hole was definitely written by Kurt Cobain?
No, because it apparently was, and I think as well the second album, a good chunk of it was written by Billy Corgan.
Yeah, because she was going out with him for a while as well.
Now,
but that happened.
This is rumor. But
Yeah.
I'm almost sure that Billy Corgan said it was true that about his bit, not Kurt Cobain.
Well, he's also a fucking skeevy cunt.
Yes, he is.
But the same thing happened with the Distillers. Tim Armstrong from Rancid was going out with what's her name?
Brody Dahl
for fucking years, and Distillers kind of went from being like punk bands, like kind of well known, to like Coral Fang and all coming out, and oh my god, like the songs are fucking amazing.
Like
they were fucking superb, but there was like Tim Armstrong's fucking signature all over them. Like it was like, that's a Rancid song.
It really sounds Rancid.
It stank of it. So he wrote Tim Armstrong wrote an entire album for Pink.
Yeah.
Whole big album. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started.
No, I think that was Linda.
No, sorry. No, that was before that. It was afterwards. Where it's just
Linda
like a
Perry
pill and all this kind of shit. The fucking big one that fucking catapulted her into the stratosphere. Tim Armstrong wrote a shit ton of that for her. He just has one of those 3-chord trick fucking gimmicky chorus Brian's, and he can just bang them out.
You love that.
Oh, big fan. Big fan.
Little dig at Cars band for no reason there.
That's grand.
No reason.
I showed you riffs that I was playing earlier with more 3 chords than that you
good
could.
riffs, actually, yeah. They were metal riffs. Gareth playing metal riffs when I came downstairs. He's got a sexy amp.
I do have a sexy amp.
Very sexy amp.
So the reason I'm playing guitar, I should tell the people, is that I was the singer in a hardcore band for like, Jesus, 15 years, something like that. It was about 15 years, called 20 Bulls each. And we decided to knock it on the head about 5 or 6 years ago, because everybody was busy, people were having kids, we were getting old, and
guitars are heavy.
Guitars are real heavy. And we decided in 2019 that because the band was called 20 Bulls each, we should do a reunion gig in 2020. So we announced it's like the 25th of July 2020 in the Thomas House, where everything happens.
Sponsored by 20 Bulls each.
Yeah. So we're going to do it again. The problem is I haven't touched really a guitar in like 6 years. I don't know.
He was sounding good when I came down.
And I have to relearn all these songs. And the most horrific thing about it is I don't even play guitar in this band. I only sing. So I'm learning the songs to show other people, so they can learn it good enough for me to get practice singing. So this is the way it works.
I've also got a gig coming up in 2 weeks, but I can't talk about it because
you're not allowed. You're not in that
secret member.
You're not in that band.
Am we?
No. That spooky band. You're not in that band. What are you talking about? No. They can't. Singing the song.
No. Just let you know.
Who's your next one?
My next one is a big one. This was over a decade-long beef. And it was never really resolved, and it probably never really will be. Lil' Kim versus Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
they are quite similar if you think about it.
100% Nicki Minaj took the ball that Lil' Kim fucking like inflated.
Let's say maybe possibly dropped.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like Lil' Kim, fucking hell. Like even when Lil' Kim was in her prime. She was probably a little bit too old.
What age would that be?
She would have been.
It's hard to recognise her now with the plastic surgery.
Yeah, she's in shite now.
I don't know. I think it's not as bad as some people.
No, she looks like one of them cat people.
It's not like Donatella Versace, but it was...
yeah, but she's not even human anymore.
Yeah.
She's had fucking fingers replaced with chopsticks and everything. Like, she's fucked. Full on fucked. Like, Lil' Kim has had a lot of work done. But I think that, like, if you take that kind of mid to late 90s period, she was just a couple of years past being the sprightly youngster that, like, someone like Nicki Minaj was when she blew up.
But it didn't really matter then, because Lil' Kim was, like we've talked about before.
We done Lil' Kim a couple of weeks ago as well.
We did, yeah. We all did it.
Junior Mafia, yeah? We all did our scumbags.
She was kind of the biggest thing in female rap for a while.
Fuck yeah.
So let's talk about when it all started. It all started in 2007.
2007.
Yeah, when Nicki Minaj came out with promo pictures that were a direct lift of Lil' Kim's 1996 album cover and stuff like that. Now, that's not a great way to start if you are considering yourself the new kind of kid in the block. This a little bit something like this happened with Madonna and Lady Gaga, which was another beef that we didn't really talk about. We're not really getting into that, but that was when Lady Gaga definitely.
Madonna is coming up though.
Is she coming up?
She's coming up for me next.
Oh yeah, good. But she had a.
It's not that one.
It's not that one. So we can talk a bit about that.
On.
That song, "Born This Way," is an absolute lift of Madonna's "Express Yourself," and that's when Madonna went right. I don't mind someone being compared to me, but when they are directly lifting something, like imagine it's a bit irking because it's kind of piggybacking. Some people don't mind what people do, getting compared to or being the new version of if no one directly piggybacking off their work. And this is what happened here. Nothing was said over that. Loads of people said something. Lil' Kim never said anything. Then this was a couple of years later, I think. They both admitted that they'd met each other backstage at a Lil Wayne concert, but the two stories were different. So people were pressing these. People love extracting beef out of these things so much because these good being on rap radio stations is a big thing in America. Rap entirely dedicated to rap radio stations, and they'll get people on and they'll try and just juice the beef out of them. So I think it was.
That's an art unto itself. It's like deflecting the beef. You'll see people who are being called out by the hosts trying to get juice out of it, and they're doing their fucking damnedest. Not the fucking escalator.
Don't squeeze my beef.
Oh my God.
The juice will flow eventually.
The gravy will out.
So Nicki says that she asked Lil' Kim if everything was cool. And that was her side of it. Is everything cool? Everything good? Now, Lil' Kim said, nah, that's not how it happened. She walked up and went, we good? Like, in your face, we good?
Really?
Like, that's not a really good way to ask, are we all right?
I bet she did with like a flick of the hair.
Because remember Nicki Minaj had a thing with Miley Cyrus. Remember at the VMAs, I think it was, where she goes, now let's talk about this little bitch over here talking shit about me in the press. What's good, Miley? If she said what's good like that to Lil' Kim said, the way she said it to me made me want to scratch her throat and snatch her larynx out. Using a larynx in it, it's real.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to see it.
Oh, that like a throat grab? Or
no,
just
like
that
them two.
fight?
Yeah, I'd love to see them at it.
I
reckon Nicki Minaj would use her arse implants to give her like the biggest Hurricane Rana of all time, and drive her into the ground.
Because Lil' Kim's got quite a booty as well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But Lil' Kim has been so modified facially that I don't think she'd feel it. So you got like armoured arsehole versus armoured face.
Well, she talked about going for a throat grab, which is, as you know,
fuck your career.
As you know, fucking Roadhouse move and MacGruber, but mostly Dennis Quaid, Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse with the throat grab.
Can't be a good throat grab.
So let's talk about the next incident. Both Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim featured on a Boardman song together, not knowing that was going to happen.
Really?
Yeah. So Boardman's a bit of a fucking weird. He's the guy that owns, I think, or ran Cash Money Records with Lil Wayne, and he's the guy that went on Charlemagne the God's show. Remember he was doing an interview with Charlemagne the God on that famous radio station. I can't think. He went on, but he brought his entire crew into the room. They were all like, "Who are all these lads?"
Really?
And Boardman went, "Put some respect on my name."
Oh.
And remember that term, the meme that was going around, put some respect on my name. He couldn't say the word respect because his mouth's full of gold teeth and he's a bit of, I don't know.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name. So Charlemagne the God, to be fair to him, will not be pulled up on his own fucking show.
Oh no.
So we gave it back to him going, what the fuck are you talking about? And all he kept saying was, put some respect on my name, and then left shit out with his hired goons.
Tugs, like.
Yeah. So that's Boardman. That's a quick thing of Boardman. So Kim said, I'm cool with what happens. They didn't know they were going to be on the song together. It's going to be good for us, she said. But she did take the opportunity to spit the lyric, never be another me. Yeah, there's something like about what you see. This is when it's still subliminal. This isn't really out yet, so it's still quite subliminal. The whole time these are releasing tracks with subliminal digs at each other. This is like Nas and Jay-Z.
Did you know?
They haven't quite opened it up yet.
Before you finish off there, with them not knowing that they were on the album, you know that's how I fucking my Wu-Tang autism is spinning back up again. You know the album that sold for millions, Martin Shkreli, the Pharma fucking...
Oh, he bought the one-off album.
He bought the one-off album. You know that wasn't really a Wu-Tang album. They didn't know. There's a whole scam behind it. This is where it's absolutely insane.
Should we wait for the Wu-Tang episode?
No, we should. We will cover it a little bit. I'll give you a little...
Because we've too much Wu-Tang.
There is too much Wu-Tang. You can never have enough. Everybody, all the members of Wu-Tang didn't know they were making a Wu-Tang album.
Oh, right.
They hadn't a clue.
This happens quite a bit in rap. Goes, we're going to put you on...
Literally, this bloke went around just saying, like, do you want to guest on my track? And they were like, yeah. And he just took their verses.
No way.
And made one, yeah.
Who made the music?
For the Wu-Tang episode.
Okay, right. Well, don't give me a bit of it and then not.
Yeah, we'll just fucking wet up that dick a little bit, like... Just get that fucking dick drip.
You just kind of dragged your nails across my lower back just to get the
what a story. What a fucking story. I can't wait.
Right. So, that happened there anyway.
Yeah, they didn't know they were together.
Yeah. Let's talk about the next one.
It keeps going.
This is 4 out of 17.
Fucking hell.
We're going to move along quickly.
Yeah.
Because these are...
Blitz.
Yeah. Ray J takes a shot at Nicki Minaj at Lil' Kim's concert. So this is when other people that have them on stage go, I'm going to bring the beef out to real life.
Is Ray J the one who banged Kardashian?
I thought that as well. I think this might be a different Ray J.
All right.
I think Ray J is a female rapper. I could be completely wrong about this.
All right.
Because the picture I saw, I went, that is Kim Kardashian's first fella before.
Which is the one she done the porno with?
Ray J.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Right, I have to check this now because this is very important. Ray J, rapper.
I don't know whether it's a
No,
man.
it is, right. So
it's the one that
it
fucking...
It is him. Because the picture I saw this was a different girl.
Okay.
It could have been Lil' Kim because she looks different in every photo.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So anyway, in the middle of the gig, Ray J gets up and starts talking about the trouble that they've been having, the two of them, like Lil' Kim and Ting. And he said, in quotes, this is where it has to kick, because someone's been named now. He goes, I'm seeing a lot of Lil' Kim imposters around these days. I'm not saying no names, but you know who you are. And didn't say any names. And then Lil' Kim popped up and said, but we love her. We just want to pay homage. If you don't like paying homage, then fuck you. Now, that's a dig at little Nicki Minaj saying, I'm paying homage to her photos in the initial...
Of course, for the lift.
Yeah. So that's when Drake comes along and does it. Ray J, when Nicki's on stage.
Oh, that's two pedos in one podcast.
He is a pure groomer pedo, is Drake. I don't give a fucking shit. Yeah. So, this was 24 hours later. This happened. Nicki was on stage with Drake, and Drake let the crowd know, I don't give a fuck what Lil' Kim or no one else is talking about. You are the baddest chick to ever do this shit. This is very young people talking about people that are in the game 10 years.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Also, Drake is garbage.
Yeah, the worst.
Music is stupid.
The worst.
The worst. That was a little dig. Now, that's where two names have been mentioned. No, sorry. Ray J didn't quite say it, but Drake fucking did.
But that seems to be where these beefs... What's interesting about a lot of these beefs, where they tend to win or lose, is by how many kind of compadres you take with you that are going to talk about
And you have to remember, around this time, Missy Elliott, this is when Nicki Minaj realised that she was the biggest thing in female rap. She was.
Yeah, by a country mile.
She said it. Actually,
boy, I left arch,
you know what, that'll come
cheek.
later. I'll explain that a little bit later, actually, because that bleeds into it. So, Lil' Kim finally talks openly about the beef on a radio station. On This Is 50, a radio station, This Is 50. She said that, I'm sick of there's been subliminal digs either way, so she admitted to take the subliminal digs, and she knows that it's come her way as well. This is kind of weird, because the rap came out that Nicki did, said, I'll kill that bitch with my old... No, sorry, Lil' Kim came out after this interview and said, I'd kill that bitch with my old shit.
Okay.
So that's when an actual threat has been made. Although, the other Lil' Kim threat about the fucking larynx thing?
Yeah.
Not really. So then Nicki Minaj comes out. Nicki Minaj comes back and calls Kim a sore loser. Now, at the time, Lil' Kim was whining, like, for years.
Yeah.
And, to be fair, you can't really enjoy someone else's rise and the kind of thrown pass over if the other person is A, taking photos just like you and name checking you and having digs. What I would always presume is I'd let the other person, the older person, take a load of pot shots and just go, no, whatever, yeah. So,
okay, boomer.
Okay, that's the new talk. I fucking love that. I absolutely love that. So this is when Nicki Minaj is coming out saying, "Don't play with me. I'm the new queen." Straight up. So I'll go back to now the point about Missy Elliott. Put up a picture around this time of just the original Little Kim picture where she's down in her hunkers, the one that Nicki Minaj robs.